Poirier has the next title shot in the lightweight division on June 1st, but Sarukian is not too far off from one.
We can't wait to see if that is indeed what's next for you.
What?
So UFC 302 June 1st in Newark, New Jersey definitely has some interesting matchups on it. Main event, Makhachev versus Poirier. Poirier gets the title shot. Everything just sort of worked out for him. This is his last chance, final chance for him to win the belt. Co-main event, Sean Strickland versus Paulo Costa. Intriguing middleweight contest there. Nico Price versus Jeremiah Wells. Roman Dolidze versus Anthony Hernandez. Interesting middleweight contest. Mickey Gall is back, taking on Basil Hafez. Phil Rowe versus Jake Matthews. Grant Dawson versus Joe Selecki. Park Hyun Song taking on the freshly bitten Andre Lima. Su Mudarji versus Joshua Van. Jalton Almeida versus Alexander Romanov in an interesting heavyweight contest. Roman Coppola versus Cesar Almeida. And Jocelyn Edwards versus Aileen Perez. Perez could pick up a lot more revenue for her OnlyFans after this card. Feeding into Alex Pereira's comments about moving up to heavyweight and challenging for that title, Tom Aspinall posts this picture of him staring at Alex Pereira. Pereira has carved out a Hall of Fame career in the UFC in just 8 UFC fights, winning belts in 2 weight classes and defending one of those belts over the weekend with his KO over Jamal Hill. Pereira has now avenged his coach Glover's losses to Prochazka and Jamal Hill. Max Holloway turned an amazing card into an absolutely legendary and epic and unbelievable card with what he did in the last 10 seconds against Gaethje and knocking him out the way he did with 1 second left. Takes 2 to tango, couldn't have asked for a better dance partner for UFC 300. Honored to share that octagon with you, Justin Gaethje, a true BMF in every way. Thank you. Holloway will likely take on Poirier next for the featherweight title, a fight that just became a million times more interesting after this weekend. I'm in great spirits with my family. Thanks for all the love. What a sport. Max Holloway, you're a dog. Congrats. Well-deserved double bonus. Gaethje also got a bonus for fight of the night, so that means in 13 UFC fights, he has 13 UFC bonuses. Pretty incredible right there, averaging 1 bonus every single fight. Diego Lopez gonna enter the featherweight rankings after his win over 13 ranked Sadiq Youssef. Impressive win for Lopez over the weekend. Jordan Peterson, a fan of Moicano's post-fight interview. Moicano may enter the top 10 after beating number 10 ranked Jalen Turner. Bobby Green says, that was the bloodiest shower I ever took, talking about bathing in the blood of Jim Miller after their fight at UFC 300. Despite a stats card from top to bottom, there are still some people who didn't show up for the early prelims for UFC 300.
I did nothing that we trained for in this fight. And all the respect to Kayla, she was the better fighter tonight.
Many interesting matchups to come in the light heavyweight division. Can't wait to come back later this year. Blachowicz versus Prochazka is a matchup that hasn't been done in the past, so that's one possibility for Blachowicz. Bellator MMA coming to Dublin on Saturday, June 22nd. Kayla Harrison injected some new life into the women's bantamweight division, a division that needed new life injected into it. Pena will probably get the next title shot next, and maybe after that, it'll be Kayla Harrison. UFC takes next weekend off and then returns with 4 events in a row. The next PFL card will be on Friday in Chicago, Illinois, headlined by Koreshkov versus Umalatov. Co-main event is Lock Name versus Carvalho.